Hey everybody, how's it going? Thanks for tuning into my channel and thanks for checking out my videos. I'm going to be doing a series of videos on selling first to NAFA. This is going to be part one of, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 parts. In this video, I'm going to cover some of the terminology. I got a few printouts from the NAFA website. I'm going to go over a few things, and then we'll take a trip to my computer and we'll do a little bit of navigation through the NAFA website. If you want to know why I sell to NAFA, I owe a lot of thanks to my brother for helping me get back into trapping, and that's where he sold first to, and he got me hooked up with selling first to NAFA, and I got no problem with him. So it's sort of interesting in my opinion, and with all the computer stuff and stuff that goes on with it. So let's check out a few things here, the printouts I got, and then we'll take a trip to the computer. Okay, so some of this stuff, I'm going to cover a lot of this stuff, so when I get to like the next section of the video, like when I do part 2, I'm going to do some of my own attempts of predicting my gradings, what I'm going to get back. So I've just printed out a few pages here, and I'm going to describe a few things here. There's a wealth of information on the actual website. I mean, there's hundreds of pages of stuff on there where you can look at grading and all this stuff and fur handling. They got a whole pelt handling manual on there and stuff. So if you get on there and start checking things out, there's a lot of interesting and good stuff on there. Like one of the printouts I got here is like on grading descriptions. Now, see how good my GoPro is here at focusing in here. Under the grading descriptions, they got all kinds of categories here. They have size, color, section, clarity, quality, grade, and if you look under the size, you got anywhere from extra small to 6XL. The 6XL, that's almost exclusive for like raccoons and stuff. When you get up to the 6XL, when you even like the 3XL and stuff, that's like a lot of coyotes might hit 3XL and stuff, at least the eastern coyotes. They got sections for color, for black hair, and extra dark and dark brown and pale. Everything that you send in to NAFA isn't going to have all of these things marked, and I'll show some of that stuff. For example, I've never had a gray fox come back with a color marking on it, because gray fox are pretty consistent. They don't have a lot of variation in their fur. At least that's what I've seen from them, and I've never had one come back with a color marking. I do have certain furs come back with section markings, like coyotes and raccoons. They'll come back, like I might have like a north central raccoon or something, and I'll try to show that here. Clarity, I mean that comes up a lot. I see that a lot in the coyotes that I send, and I'll show some of that. The quality of fur, that's marked on a lot, and there's a ton of quality things. So if you never sent furs there and you see some of this stuff marked, you might want to go to some of these fur handling pages and check these out to see what they actually are. Like you got average, and some of these stuff are pretty self-explanatory. AVG for average and stuff, but like RUB, that means rub fur. So there's a lot of different things here. Now the grading, you have the very top is SSL, that's super select, then SEL, select, and number 1. This is where you want your furs to be at mostly. I mean, I've never had any fur yet marked SSL. I've had quite a few selects and number 1s, and then this, I've never seen this VSL. I've never had this marked on anything. First grade with very slight defects. I've never had that marked. I've had quite a few furs marked 1-2. At one time I thought there was 2 separate lots or 2 separate types of fur put together, but that's its own. I'm pretty convinced that's its own separate grading, a 1-2. And if I'm looking at this stuff right, I printed out this other page on grades. You can go here and pull up separate pages on grades and on sizes and stuff. I pulled up the grading thing here, and it has its own little category for a 1-2. And basically, it says it's either slightly over prime or slightly under prime. So it's not quite a 1, it's not quite a 2, I guess. I don't know why they just don't go through and mark them 1 to 10 or something, but it is what it is. Then you have number 2s and slight damage, number 3s. You get down into here, some of these are like worthless furs, literally. So if you go over to here, I also pulled up a page on standard sizes. Like here they got sizes. So if you go, I can pull up, just like on the grades, I could pull up a separate page on grades. You can pull up a separate page on like grading coyotes and how to grade them and stuff. There's just more information than I can cover in one video here. I'm just trying to do some of the stuff that you'll actually see on a printout. So like you could go here and you could look at raccoons, for instance. Like I said, raccoons are about the only thing that I've ever seen that goes up to 6XL. I mean, that's over 41 inches. That's a huge raccoon for real. The one thing you don't want to do is, like, I got several raccoons this year that stretched out to like 34 inches. Hopefully this isn't too blurry. But like a 3XL goes from 32 to 35 inches. If you stretch a raccoon to 34 inches, don't get tempted to try to yank that thing up to 36 and get to 4XL. It's just going to re-shrink probably, and you're just going to weaken the fur. You're better off trying to get the thing like into the middle or into the upper end of a category, into that size, and you'll be good to go. So overstretching fur doesn't do anything for you. So you got raccoons here, and I mean, you could look at all of these, some of the stuff I deal with, raccoons, and obviously I got some coyotes, red fox and gray fox down here in the corner. The one thing, they only go, like on this sizing chart for coyotes, they only go to 2XL. A lot of coyotes are marked, they have lots that go to 3XL. And a gray fox and red fox are sort of similar. Anything over 25 inches on a gray would be extra large, large. And if it's under that, it's medium small. I've never had a medium small gray. All my grays are well over 25 inches. And red fox are the same way. They're either medium small or extra large, large. And anything over 28 inches is a large, extra large or large red fox. So this stuff there's a ton of information on here. Now this is an actual sales account from one of my earlier years. And if you look here, they got lot numbers over here, and they got bundle numbers, and then they got the animal itself. So I had one coyote here. So this is a coyote, and it has 3XL-XXL. That means that, this is my understanding, that means that in this lot there were coyotes that could be either 3X or 2X. So it was a mixed bag here. So it was a first dash second grade. That means it was either slightly over or under prime probably. But now here under color, it has dark to dark brown. That means that there was furs not only 3X and 2X, there's colors ranging from dark to dark brown, and from clarity from 1 to 4. Under the clarity thing, I mean 1 to 4, if I look back over here, there's a number 1 is extra clear, then it goes down. Number 4 is like off clarity. Here I got the section, north central, quality is average. If you look down here on the gray fox, notice there's no color marking here. There's no clarity. They do have the quality, heavy, heavy, semi-heavy, semi-heavy, semi-heavy. If you look here, right here, the grade for like the gray fox, you see a number 1 with an asterisk. That asterisk gives the buyer sort of like I guess it's like a guarantee almost that the fur is of an upper quality. And I think that the buyer can, or the fur maker, whoever the garment maker, they can label that garment, whether it's a coat or whatever, or hat, that this is like a top quality skin. So I think everything that I've had that was labeled a 1 or a select has an asterisk by it. So those skins actually give the buyer certain guarantees, I guess, and then they can label their garments that they use very select furs. Come down here, like I got like a raccoon here. This was an XL raccoon. I got a number 1 on this one and a select on this one. They both have the asterisk by it. But then here I got SDB, that's slight damage B. There's slight damage A, slight damage B. There's all kinds of stuff. If you look over here, you go back to the raccoons. We go back into the clarity thing. And they got like 2-3. That means that in this lot, they're going to have clarity from 2 to 3. This lot is all number 4 clarity. This lot is 4 and 5. And then we got this is northern, and there's average, and then there's north central. There's a lot of different codes and stuff on here. So I don't know everything, but I know a little bit. So we're going to take a trip to my computer now, and we're going to try to pull up some of these lots and check out what they look like. If you look here, like here's some selling prices. Like this is actually the best price I ever got in a coyote, really, for me, 53 bucks. And this is a decent price on a gray, 27, but all these went says unsold, 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 unsold. If you send some furs to NAFA and they don't get the price that they're looking for. Okay, so here we are at my trusty computer. This thing's a dinosaur when it comes to computers, I'm telling you. Held together with electrical tape, but it still does the job. Okay, so I logged into my NAFA account here. I got logged in and stuff. And basically, like I was showing, hopefully if I can get this in here, and it shows up, like some of these furs that were unsold. I haven't shipped any of my furs to NAFA yet for 2018, but I do have 2 coyotes that were unsold at the last auctions. So basically what happens when they go unsold, they either go to what's called a private treaty sometimes, and it's sort of like a, I don't know, sort of like a little side deal. If like somebody needs a few hundred of skins or something, they can buy someone what's called private treaty. So if you ever hear that, it's sort of like a, I guess, easiest terminology, like a little side deal. So I still have 2 coyotes left over here. And you can see right here, here's the lot number, and then there's 3XL-XL and grade number 2 and dark to dark brown and clarity is 1 to 4. And that's that whole lot. That's not just, that isn't just my skin, so I'll show you what I mean in a minute. If you've never sold to NAFA or dropped furs off to NAFA or shipped them, if you go on their website, they have pickup schedules where I drop mine off at a pickup schedule. A guy comes through in a truck, he stops, picks up your fur. If you've never sold to him before, he has bags and stuff. You can just fill paperwork out there and start an account right there, and then you can get on here and log on and create an online account. You can't do it the next day. You got to wait for a while before you can create an online account and look at all this information. So I find this sort of interesting, just to get on here and check stuff out. So if I get on here and click on my lot here, it pulls up a crap load of lots here. Right here, let's see if I can get this focused a little better. There we go. Hopefully that's coming in pretty good. I gotta watch how I move my screen. If I move it too much, it logs off the internet. If you look right here, I got a highlighted one here and a highlighted one here. Those are both, I have skins in both of those lots. If you can see right here, hopefully this is coming through, like this lot right here. If you can see that has 103 skins here. And then it says to be auctioned over here. A couple of days ago, this said bought back right here. That means that it wasn't sold in the last auction, so it said bought back, bought. A lot of these said bought back. So basically, they put them up for the next auction. And like you keep going up here, like these next lots, this has 135 skins in it. All of these lots right here, they're all gonna fall under this category right here. It says 3XL-XL. That means there's skins in there from 3X down to extra large. I mean, and they're all number 2 grade, and they could be from dark to dark brown, and the clarity can go from 1 to 4. Like this first lot here has 143 skins in it. So everyone that's below here, they all fall under this category right here. Keep going up here. I'll show you some of these other lots. Those are just the 2 skins that I have going on right there. These are going to be auctioned. This is Saturday. They're going to be auctioned off on Tuesday. If you watch the live auction, you can watch these being sold almost real time. It's just like and they sell them fast. It's not, they have millions of skins that they auction off in a week, and they hammer through them. And so like you can watch these, how they're sold. If you look up here, this is the best lot. This is the Eastern skins, Coyote Eastern. You can navigate through here and find any kind of skin you want to look for, really. The very best one here is Select, SEL, and it has a star by it. If you look, everyone that has Select and the number 1 has the asterisk by it. Got to be some more down here somewhere. We'll see some more. But this is going to be the very first lot that sells for the Eastern Coyotes. And there's only 26 skins in this lot that made that category. If I click previous here, it's going to start going back to different types of coyotes. There's Coyote Semi. Starts out with Select. Click on another one. This is like Coyote Heavy. This is like the Western coyotes in the northern Canada, northwestern Canada and stuff. If you look up top here, it says SSL with a star by it. That's Super Select. There's going to be, if you look over here, there's only 8 skins in there. This is like, sort of like, I guess it's a cream of the crop thing, and these are going to sell for a ridiculous price. Some of it's just a prestige thing for the buyer to say we bought the top lot or something, but they will go, these will probably go in the hundreds of dollars. We'll try to look back and see what some other ones sold for here in a minute, but like these top 2 lots here, they got 8 skins and 22 skins. The very first one's going to go, there'll be people bidding like crazy on these. And that happened in other furs, not just coyotes too, on the very top lot, the Super Selects and stuff. But if you just see here, all the selects, all the number 1s, they all got asterisks, asterisks, and then when you get to the 1-2, it loses the asterisk symbol. And there's skin in here from extra large to large. Notice like on the Coyote Heavy, these Western coyotes, there's no triple extra large here. They're a smaller coyote. We have big giant coyotes in the East, but the fur is not it's not as good a quality. It's just the way it is. So if they were as good a quality and they were as giant as they are, they'd probably be worth a boatload of money. But oh well, it is what it is. Like if I go back here, go back to the Eastern coyotes here again. See, they're triple extra large. There's some big dogs that are in here. So like if we go up here, I can't go everywhere, but I'm going to go up here and go to the catalogs. And like this is, you could go through and check out raccoons that are listed and stuff for this sale. But if we want to see what sold and what the sales went for, like if we go to February, go to a year ago, click on February 2017, click go, and if we want to see what the coyote sold for, let's see, wild furs right here, and then there's coyote right here. So if I click on wild fur, if I want to go to the Coyote Heavy, I could go to Coyote Eastern and see what the very best Coyote Eastern sold for. Hopefully if I can get over here, they sold for 122 bucks. Not bad, really. And then see, this is where some things can get pretty fickle. Like this lot sold for 122, then it dropped down to 74 bucks, and then it dropped down to 100, jumped back up to 118. So this lot here sort of seemed like they got chumped a little bit here, but then it jumped back up to 118, and then they dropped dramatically, especially for the Easterns. You get a pretty decent one, and then they drop down literally within a few lots. They're down to 12 bucks and $15 and stuff. If you can see these, oh, here you can see the bought back. Basically, they'll go on sale again later. So as far as Eastern coyotes, you either get looks like 100 bucks for them or 10. Now let's check out go to previous page here. There's the semis. Okay, here's Coyote Heavy. The very best lot that was up here. Get my pencil. Like on the one that's up this year has Super Selects. These were only Selects. And the clarity was 1-2. good color. And there was 10 skins here. The very top lot here, 460 bucks. So all those 10 skins there, if you have one of those 10 skins, you got yourself 460 bucks. Pretty nice. But then it drops off pretty dramatically down to the next lot to 168. Still pretty good. But if you look at their values compared to the Eastern, they hold their value. They're still in the, you scroll down here, all these lots and all these skins, like hundreds and hundreds of skins, they're still in the over 100 bucks until you get down to like the second or third page. How many pages is this? 1, 2, almost 3 whole pages worth that are over 100 bucks or pushing 100. Let's see, what else can we look at? I mean, if you look around on this site, you can see a boatload of stuff. So it's pretty interesting to me. Hopefully I didn't bore you to death with this video. Coming up in my next video, I am going to go through my skins and my furs, and I'm not a professional fur grader by any means. I'm basically going to try to predict how I'm going to grade as far as the actual grade, whether I'm going to get a select, a 1 or a 2, and my size. I'm not going to get into what color and stuff and all that. I don't even know if I'm good enough to get these two things. So I'm going to try to do that and then compare it to when I actually get my lots back. So, and hopefully in that video I'll be able to show whether I sold my 2 leftover coyotes. Maybe if I get lucky, I'll be able to video the actual auction. You can watch these auctions take place live as well and watch the furs being sold. So hope this video was informative, and if you liked it and you want to see more stuff about NAFA, I'll have a part 2 coming up pretty soon. Thanks for watching.